Hi everyone, welcome back to Man Cave Models. Another week. No, this isn't the Jeep build. Thought I'd do a little bit of a review for something that landed at my door yesterday morning. Is this little thing. I know it's not a model, it's RC. The m113 armoured personnel carrier from Tongde, whatever, I can't pronounce it. It's that make. Alright. So, yes, we shall have a quick butcher's at this kit. Alright, let's a quick look into that. I don't know what that bit is, but there's the exhaust. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked already. Look. So, let's bring you the kit. Someone. I haven't put everything on this. There you go, guys. I haven't put anything on it for a specific reason. Hold that a minute. That means I can move it around for you then. So, you have a quick look. It's not going to be a very long video, guys. It's just to show you the kit, really. You notice it's only got half 50 cal. Yeah, I dropped the barrel. The barrel's in two halves, and I dropped it. It's down there somewhere. I'm not too bothered because I'm not going to use it anyway. But yeah, this is the kit. Bang them on. Excuse the start him up. For your M60s, it might fly off of there. So that's it running. It drives alright for what it is. So I bought this myself. It's not sponsors or anything like that, so I paid for this. I've seen a couple short videos with people with these on the social media sites and stuff like that, and they are slating it a fair bit, to be fair. It is what it is. It's an RC tank. It's supposed to be played with, so it's going to be a bit chunky in places at the end of the day, and it's not 100% accurate in places. The wheels are a little bit shallow here, which is nothing really. This has got a flotation kit to go on it. Goes on like that, I think, all like that, one of the ways round. Some will know. You've got the M60 shields. Not sure how good that is, but that, so far, the shield itself is in scale. I've got a 1/16 one up there, up on the shelf on the Sheridan, and that's exactly the same size. This is a bit of an odd shape, by the way. The hatch is a bit dodgy because the way it does, it should just flip out. But so before I go any further with what's wrong with this kit or this model, this RC kit, like I said, it is an RC kit. It's supposed to be played with. which means everything's a little bit more robust. It's not, they're not worried about detail so much. They're worried about, as long as the dimensions are right and it's solid, that's all we need to worry about. All this, these tying eyes are in the wrong place. They've got to go back in. There should be a seam all the way down here that's welded. There should be a seam down here that's welded. This shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be here. The lights are wrong. They're pointing downwards. They should be straight. That should be straight. Like that. It can all be changed. It's brown to start with. You're going to repaint it anyway. So you could change all these tying eyes. You can reset the lights. Now, Forebear Tanks UK, they sell the Sherman lights, which are virtually the same, and that's got a lens to it. Or you can straighten them and fill this with clear UV resin. So, and the same with these periscopes. You can put the periscopes, you could cut them off, put new periscopes in. This we can hinge, this we can remake. That we can definitely remake and mount it properly, because as you can see, it's actually mounted to the machine gun and not the base, and it's too far out. It should be back a bit. You could add the pull cable on there and straps. It can all be done. So I'm not slating it at all. It's a good basis if you want to have an RC kit that's pretty good detail when you've done, that you're not worried about something breaking off. It's okay having a 100% accurate kit and the problem with that is then that you're then worried about touching it and something falling off, or you snapping something because it's quite delicate or something like that. You know, so what you've got, I love it. I think it's brilliant at the moment. I can see it's not accurate, but I also know that all this can be done. You know, like the screw hose through here, the weld beads down here. We can do all that. Which brings me to the next one, is our next video, which will be the so the rubber could get glued on. Our next video after the SES Jeep, I think what we're going to do is we're going to revamp this one right the way through, repaint it, everything. Alright, that's what we're going to do. Oh, by the way, this does open. There's no room, no interior inside, because it's all bits and pieces. You could move that around and put a semi-interior in it and get rid of the braces here. Look, fuel tank in here. So you could do lots of things. It's how far you want to go with it. It like I say, it's, you know, you want to be able to use it and not use it. Some of the bits on it are a little bit dodgy, so you'd end up changing them anyway. Fuel cans, it's the modern ones you want, like the earlier ones to start with. I put like a 1/16. Excuse me a minute. So there's jerry can. The size is about like that, just chunky. So you can change that, put that on there like it's supposed to be. So I have decent jerry cans. The M60s are a bit chunky wherever they've gone. Like that. Yeah. So that's the M60s. They're a little bit chunky, and the mounts are a bit rubbish. There's the spare wheel. It's got to have a tyre put on it. You could do a 3D print a better spare wheel than that. So there's our mounts for the gun shields, and basically they're supposed to clip on to there. Look, I get that right way around. Yes, right way around. That clips onto there, look, like that, and it sits like that. So, and we know that's not right. So you've got that. We can make that. Yeah. So I'm not slating it. I'm thinking, you know, for the price of what it is, you could go and buy a headlong Sherman for 185 quid. This was 100. I think it's retailing at £105 now. I got it a little bit cheaper because I ordered it early. Yeah. So oh, by the way, I think that light and that light, when you turn, go red like indicators. So you want to disconnect that one to start with. Just reconnect it or change it out, to be fair. And the tail lights in this one of these. So and you've got your normal light there. So you can buy those lights that are 4 bare tanks as well. So you can get rid of that, delete that, and put the proper light back in place. Like I say, this is a bit odd. Something about this bit here. I think you could live with this bit. It's this piece here. It hasn't got this in it. Yeah, aerials, decent aerial mounts. But that's it really. It'll be just swapping stuff out and getting rid of the rubbish, and just making new bits. So I'm sure I'll come up with a few files for bits and pieces. All these have got hub covers, by the way. That's what these little hoses are for. You can't see it, but yeah. Tracks aren't too bad. They'll paint up and they'll look quite smart. I wish that they sent me the one with the metal tracks, but it is what it is. I could only afford one a certain amount, so yeah. So yeah, I'm not knocking it, guys. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Like I say, we can do the work to it, and it will look really nice. The basics is there. We've just got to refine it a little bit. Then that's about it really with the kit. It's going to be worth the time, I think. So give me 2 minutes. I'm going to dig out. I've got Andy's m113, and we'll compare the size to one of his panels. I'm not going to unwrap my kit. We'll just compare it. So I've just been playing Jenga with boxes. You can hammer them out. I'm like knackered now. There, look. So bottom to top, we're probably about half a mil taller. Yeah, it's probably about half a mil taller. Lengthwise, pretty good, look. Pretty good. Not bad for scale. And let's have a look at this. Right, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'll have to pull it off, look. I'm not too worried because it's a rubbish mount. So let's have a look that way. Ain't bad at all. Notice there's a bit more rounded though. And that goes. That one there goes to there. That comes down here a little bit more. And that one, that is you've got to think about this, hang on. That bit there, this one here, it should be that, well, it can't be that way because it's the angle, so that must be the front one. That's that side. And if you notice, it's that way, comes across and comes up. And this one comes that way. One of the ways it's that, I'm sure that's the back because of the hatch. I'm not one of the ways, but there is a difference. There is a difference. And the angle, well, the angle's not bad. Look at the angle, it's not actually that bad. I think it's just this piece here that we might get away with just altering slightly, to be honest with you. And obviously this needs a proper mount, because at the moment that pin there mounts into your 50 cal, and your 50 cal is a bit naff anyway. So a nice 50 cal, we can always drill out and put a light in it still. Top deck. Let's have a look. Top deck. Yeah, look. So he's pretty good for scale. No complaints there. Hatch wise, hatch is pretty much the same, I think. I'll tell you what I'll do is, I think that's the outside of the hatch. Bear with me. There you go, that's the outside, 30.8, and he's a little bit bigger, look. So we could cut that whole hatch out and put a smaller hatch in if we wanted, or if you're quite happy with it, we can live with it, really, one of the two. But we're going to cut these off and replace them, so we could cut that down, flush, and then just put a smaller hatch in. Just as easy, and make a new hatch, because it's quite a basic shape. And yeah, so there's our options with it. So yeah, I'm quite excited, to be honest. I'm going to look forward to changing this around a little bit and making it a lot better. Yeah, so guys, that's it. That's all. It was a quick video. Thanks for watching. If you watched it, like and subscribe. I will try and do more videos on this, but this will be our next project. I know it's not a model as such, but we are going to be chopping stuff off and adding new stuff here, there and everywhere, and repainting it. So we'll strip it down, have a good look at it when we're doing it. But I think at the moment, for all the moaning and groaning that I've been reading about, I wouldn't write it off. Like I say, a few alterations. It's nothing. We've done it to kits plenty of times. This is no different. It's RC. We'll make it a bit so this opens, make that smaller, change the 60s, redo this, put the weld seams in. We'll do here, there's supposed to be a joint here, comes across here and along here, and it's not, so we'll redo that. The angles are right, so yeah, we'll do it. But that's it in its entirety, guys. Nice little kit, really. I quite like it. I bought this off of AliExpress. I can leave the link to the seller if you like. They were pretty helpful, because I obviously ordered it before they were being produced. But yeah, I wouldn't hesitate. I'd buy another one, actually. I never know, I might even use my m113 parts on here, because I've got a scratch build in mind for that already, which is not going to be an m113 anyway. It's going to be something completely different. But yeah, so I'm not saying no. I might even just buy another m113 and have the two. But actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Back again, more trampsing, hey? Things I got to do sometimes. Right, so we're saying about comparing scales. Moving there a minute. Ugh. Now this thing is a lump. This is my M113 that I scratch built before anybody did the 1/16 one, and I thought I'd build it and like nobody else would do one, and guess what, they come along and done one. So my hatch is actually quite big as well, so it might be. But if you notice with this, and it's not a kit's issue. If you notice how the 50 cal is offset, so they turn it, and then they so this is there, look, and then like that. So it gets turned, and he turns a 50, and then they can close the hatch properly. So this is my one, and yes, this has got so half an interior, because all the gummage is in here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can take that off actually, I think, can I? No, I have to lift that one off. You held on with it, so all my gummage is in there, look. But if you look, also, while that's there, see the headlights? This is the Sherman ones. They could look quite nice on there, don't they? So all you do is you get a little light on the top of a Sherman light, just cut that off, and then you can put them in straight. So you're going to reposition that lot anyway. That just sits in there like that. And that just sits like that then. But scale wise, that ain't too bad, is it? Yeah, a couple of little blocks to add, lip at the top, little things you can add. A bit of plastic card here and there. The 60s are nicer, because if you look at these compared to that, they are, one, they're a lot shorter, and two, you've got all this gummage that it should be on there like the thingies. But size wise, there, size wise, there ain't much in there, not much difference. The angles are all the same. So I think we're onto a bit of a win here with it. So for my side, it's a bit annoying, because like you say, you build one, nobody else has got it, and all of a sudden somebody brings it out. So but yeah, it's a bit annoying. But that's it, guys. Anyway, I'm going to stop ranting. But if you're looking at one of these to buy, then yes, if you're happy to spend a little bit of time on it, then it's going to be well worth it. I know there's a few changes. You might not worry about it. You might have it as it is and just do it. And I think by the time you painted it, it will look fine. I know that it's got a few little bits here, but you can soon cure that, can't you? But that's my take on this. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this. So yeah, that's it anyway for me. So like I was saying, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the videos. Check us up out on Man Cave Models as well on Facebook. I do post on there as often as I can, and it's slowly growing. It'd be nice for more people to join and post their builds on there. That would be quite nice. But yeah, that's it from me. Only a quick video. So I shall see you on the next video, which will be painting this SES Jeep. It's looking quite nice. I'll give you a sneak peek if you want, guys, before we go. Look, it is over there. Look, you have to excuse the mess. I've got stuff everywhere because I just pulled everything out. But yes, so till the next one, build something. Cheers.